So, cryptids, huh? This is the next part of the series, starting with Colorado. This is the slide rock bolter, which is the best thing I have ever seen. So it lives, up in the mountains of Colorado, and it is very picky. It only lives on slopes that are more than 45 degrees. And what it does is it sits up there, camouflage, and it waits for tourists or whatever to pass, and then it unhooks its tail from the mountain and just slides down and slumps them up, right? And then to get up, it just squirms its way up using the strength of its rock-hard abs. And then it hooks itself back on top of the mountain. This is possibly the worst looking cryptid I have. It's just a worm. Oh, so good. Anyways, Colorado, I love you, but only for this fool. Next up is Connecticut with melon heads, which is kind of a sad story. It does fall prey to the escape mental patient trope in a lot of horror. They essentially just escaped, and then either due to cannibalism or radiation or inbreeding, grew giant foreheads and went feral. And there is a lot of media on this. It does just look like Pinky in the Brain. It's wild, but just kind of roams around the woods attacking people. There's a couple Reddit posts about it that I'm looking at. This fool just kind of barefoot running through the woods. There's not much recorded behavior, but yeah, just big forehead. Sometimes looks like a child, which I feel a mental patient would not be a child, but you do you. So yeah, Connecticut. Next up is Delaware with the Pukwudgie. A lot of the Delaware cryptids I were looking at were, heavily based in indigenous lore, so I just went with the one that I was most familiar with. And this fool, apparently, the Pukwudgie translates to little wild man of the woods that vanishes. That's right, he teleports. That is wild. He's apparently pretty neutral to humans, but when provoked, will be real mean and real tricksy. And he's 4 to 5 feet tall, which so am I, not special. And this one actually is featured in Harry Potter as well. I don't remember it. And I'm not about to rewatch Harry Potter to find out. But a couple of the things they've done, kidnap people, push people off cliffs, attack people with knives and spears. See, I don't like this Wikipedia article, because it does just say nasty tricks. That is not a trick. That is assault. That is attempted murder. Anyways, pocket sand? They use sand to blind their victims. I should not be reading live into a microphone while I'm trying to do this, but I was surprised by the pocket sand. So this fool's just kind of an a-hole. But not until you attack it, I guess. Provoke it. So, yeah. There's a lot of made-up lore that J.K. Rowling did, but here's Delaware. Next up is Florida with the skunk ape, which is just a gorilla. A really stinky gorilla. Come on, Florida. But yeah, it's their own brand of Sasquatch, Bigfoot adjacent. This fool is shorter than Sasquatch, though, and is just a red ape. It's a ginger ape. Come on, guys. We can be creative. Now, it is the skunk ape, because he stinks real bad. And of course, that is, again, just gorillas. So, here's a couple extra names. The Swamp Cabbage Man. I guess because he smells a little bit like cabbage, the swamp ape, the stink ape, Florida Bigfoot, Louisiana Bigfoot, Mayaka ape, swamp squatch. Hello? This fool is great. I love him. He's just a short ginger Bigfoot. And, I love that for him. There's a lot of fursuits of this fool, which I guess. Okay, anyways, here's Florida with the skunk ape. And finally, we have Georgia in another installment of This Is Just an Animal. This is the Georgia raptor, which fair, that is an extinct creature, but that is just a dinosaur. There is nothing funky about it. There's no cryptid, it's just apparently an escaped Jurassic Park raptor, which, okay, that's a little fun and funky. Okay, Georgia. Now this fool is subject to the eternal "do dinosaurs have feathers?" question, and a lot of drawings of this fool don't have feathers, but there are plenty that do have feathers, and because nobody knows what a real raptor looks like, I just went ham with the bone structure. Whew. Which, okay, this is just a dinosaur. I don't know if this is a dude in a fursuit, or if this is some kind of weird, mutated, alligator? I don't know, it's Florida adjacent, there could be gators. But, yeah, this fool is just kinda runs around, hangs about. Ooh, there's this one person that thinks it might have just been a very large wild turkey, which I love that. Georgia raptor.